Hi, this is Shay with ShayandJordan.com, and today we're going to be talking about 3 calendars you need for your business. We're going to be going over why they're going to be helping you stay organized, how you can prioritize, and just how you can rock your biz. With that said, let's jump in and talk about the why first. If you think about it, and let's just go the common sense route, when you know where things are, you feel organized. And when you're organized, you're on top of your game. And when you're on top of your game, you feel like a rock star. I feel like I need to put in the Party Like a Rock Star song because that would just be perfect right now. But yeah, who doesn't want to feel like a rock star? I know that when I'm making all my appointments, all of my podcasts, getting my blogs out on time, I feel empowered and sexy in my business. And I want to help you feel empowered and sexy in your business too. So with that said, let's talk about calendar number 1. That is your publishing calendar. That is when you're gonna have the generic items on. For example, on my publishing calendar, I do Tea with Shay Thursdays. So every Thursday, on my Google, and I use Google Calendars for my digital calendar. So every Thursday, I get a reminder the day before saying, okay, Tea with Shay Thursdays happens tomorrow. You can set up the reminder how far in advance you want, whenever you want, but I usually do it a day because I am usually ahead with my videos. So then all I need to do is go in and either schedule it or just make sure it is scheduled. So I know every Thursday is when I have that. Your services or social media posts. I don't put every single social media post on my publishing calendar, but some of the bigger items, as I go into promotions and things like that, I do put on there. And products or services. So with certain blog posts, we always talk about a product or an offering that you can give. So making sure I have those on there when I am doing a blog post or a video blog. So just some of the basics that you use. A fantastic printable is blogenergizer.com. I actually have that in a 3-ring binder, and that's where I put blog posts or ideas that I want to write about until I'm able to either get to a computer, or if I have turned my computer off, just so I can brainstorm. It all goes on into my 3-ring binder. And for digital, I use Google Calendars, and I love using Google Docs. If you go to like the Google Docs and you look in their templates, there were hundreds of editorial calendars when I went and looked. So definitely take a peek at that and see if there's anything that might work better for you rather than the Google Calendar. But for me, what I've done is I have created in Google, you're able to create a separate calendar. So it doesn't go on my main calendar because I don't want to get my phone, I don't want to bog down myself and whoever has access to my main calendar. So I've created a Shay Jordan promotional and publishing calendar where everything goes in. So then if I forget something, my assistant also has access to that. So she's able to see or remind me, hey, you have this coming up. I'm able to access it without us having to go in. She has Google on her phone, I have Google on mine, so it's just awesome having that reminder there. Let's talk about the second calendar, which is the promotional calendar, and I put them together because it's just easier for me. So some people like it separate because they do a ton of launches a year, whereas I don't do as many launches, so I'm able to put them together and really work with them together so they're not 2 separate calendars. But you need to think about what promotions you want to run in the next 3 months, 6 months that you can add to your calendar. If you're going to have an autoresponder series, which you should have, I highly suggest, then what's going to go out when, so your customers aren't feeling like so you're just on your game, I should say. If you're going to have an early bird special, put that on your promotional calendar. When is that going to end? How long is that going to run? Making sure that you're staying on top of these things and not just saying, well, I'm going to run it till then, and not having any rhyme or reason why. What blog posts are going to be specifically related to the promotion or the product launch that you're doing? What are you going to be talking about with each blog post? That is, okay, here are 5 tips that I'm talking about with social media. So then when I launch my beginning social media course, then clearly people are going to see, oh, this is her segue into it. So that's something to think about as well. And the final calendar that I want to talk with you about is basically, this is your appointments, your speaking, interviews, things like that. If you have somebody scheduling speaking events or interviews for you, make sure that you have this calendar. They have access to this calendar, and they're able to add appointments for you. Because if they don't have access to it and you have a doctor's appointment at the same time that they scheduled a speaking gig, what are you going to do? I mean, you could cancel one or the other, of course, but you don't want to get into the habit of doing that. You want to just make sure you're on top of your game. If you have speaking engagements, if you're traveling, if you have any podcast interviews, those are all a couple of things that you really want to take into consideration, especially if you're having somebody help you. So making sure that your calendar is managed properly, making sure that you have every single thing on there so you know where you're going to be, so your assistant knows where you're going to be, so your family knows where you're going to be. Just making sure you are as clear and concise as can be. So those are the 3 calendars that you should really have for your business and really utilize to move your business forward. I know that a lot of people say, I just go by what I feel. I've never, ever, 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 ever heard of a 7 or 8 figure business earner saying, well, I'm just going to do what I feel like doing today. While your business is about your passion and helping other people live through their passion or teaching people how to move their businesses forward, it's also a business. So you have to treat it as a business. So make sure you're taking the time to put all of this stuff on your calendar so you're able to move forward yourself and you're able to help others move forward. With that said, come on over to my Facebook page and share what you add to your calendars and share with me how you keep them organized. It is my Facebook community page is www.facebook.com/love-passion-profit. And I'm excited to hear about some of the things that you do to stay on task with your calendar management and what kind of systems you put into place for this. So yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this tip on calendar management and which calendars you should have. Again, this is Shay with ShayandJordan.com, and I'm just so excited that I was able to meet with you.